Yeah, welcome to the show, fellas. You guys know how oops, make sure I'm still live. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. You know how I like brutal truth, whether we like it or not. I like the brutal truth, the real truth. I'm a realist. So today's show, if you're dominant society folks, you may not want to listen because it might sound a little racial. I was on my Facebook account. My nephew, Josh, who's biracial, he was posting some of those Uber facts. And I just learned about the whole success of the Uber facts out there of using, I think it was hashtag Twitter to market yourself. And they were suggesting that people do something like create an Uber facts thing, because those things will rise in popularity real fast. So I no longer trust it. I just found out about it 3 days ago, and I already don't trust it. They had a fact about black leopards, that they're actually, well, I do know they're actually jaguars, but the reason why they're black is because they have something called melanism, which they said was the opposite of albinism. They're trying to make look like having melanin is wrong, which is scientifically dead wrong. It's the opposite. Okay, it's not black scientists that stated that. It's white scientists that said that. Unfortunately, they don't invite black scientists to their little conventions they have. They have conventions to talk about melanin all the time, and they really don't invite blacks to that. But the Dumb Society scientists have been studying it for quite some time now. They didn't realize that the pineal gland was a working organism until they started cutting open cadavers coming out of Vietnam, black cadavers. And they found fully functioning pineal glands in there instead of the calcified ones. And the properties of melanin are very strange. They can't duplicate it yet. But melanin is in everything out there, in the trees, in all the animals. It's in most people, except for our dumb society. It's actually inside of white folks, though. It's called faux melanin. In blacks, it's called eumelanin. This scientists are corny, really corny. Eumelanin means melanin good. That's all they gave it. In faux melanin, it stands for melanin deficient. Scientists. Okay, so I went to look up how to spell faux melanin so that I could, communicate to my nephew, say this is some bogus shit. And I went to Wikipedia and I found something called the melanin theory. Melanin is it's not a theory. It's a scientific fact. But if you go to Wikipedia, type in melanin theory. Obviously, and I learned this, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, that you guys go into Wikipedia and alter it. Marketers were doing it to put their links in there because everybody visits Wikipedia. It's a highly ranked, used to be a highly ranked site, and you could get rank authority by putting your links in there. So you can actually write and change Wikipedia. That's the bad part. And my nerd friend Neil told me that. Yeah, you can change that shit real fast. So the racists got in there and changed it. They got in there and created a whole thing called the melanin theory. Melanin is not a theory. It's a scientific fact. White scientists proven it quite some time ago about melanin. So they created a whole page called melanin theory. And they're ranking it now. Melanin theory is now you tell this is not Wikipedia. Listen to the actual words. Melanin theory is a racist, pseudoscientific theory of black supremacy based on the supposed physical properties of melanin, a natural polymer, and there's nothing natural about it. They can't figure out all the properties. An organic semiconductor. I told you melanin conducts energy. People with melanin, that's why when you put music around us, we feel it. That's why blacks dance the way we do. We walk the way we do. We taste food differently than the dominant side people, because we have more melanin in our tongue. Also, it's a known fact that if you guys study biology 101, you know about DNA, you know about genetics. The dominant eyeball on the planet is brown. Green and blue are a mutation. People with blue eyes can't see well in the dark, and green is right next to it. So these knuckleheads create an entire new page. In humans, melanin is primarily determinant of skin color. They add a little bit of truth to it. Humans whose ancestors lived for long periods in regions of the globe near the equator generally have larger quantities of melanin, that's melanin good, in their skin. Melanin theorists assert that the position of greater quantities of melanin gives black people inherent superiority. See, obviously racists wrote that. And they wrote something to make themselves feel good, so they continue with their white supremacist belief, which is stupid. You know you're writing something fake, so why not just accept the truth? Especially when you're already the dominant race. They can't accept the fact that dominant race is a recessive gene. That's why it takes us one black to wipe out all traces of Caucasian. You know, one black man or one black woman. Look at Obama, and his father was pure black. Now I notice in America, because we have a lot of us have like 20% European and us and other stuff, that the mixed race people are getting looking more different. Notice how mixed race don't look like Obama in our country. They have usually the golden hair, the golden skin. They look more close to European, because the Europeans are already in black folks. Look at the guy that married Kardashian. He's actually half black, but his father had a lot of European blood in him. I look at the Hodge twins. They're 58% black, and the rest of it was European, mostly European. So the more European blood you have, the more, when you have a child with a white woman, the more European blood is going to pass that child. You have more European features, okay? And most blacks in this country, as I said, we have up to 20% in us, unless you're just straight mix. Some have even more. Like Hodge twins, 40-something percent, 40%. And then whatever else was in their DNA. They did a DNA test. Because apparently black folks call them non-black. So you guys aren't black. Both their parents are black. Their parents were the type that married other light-skinned blacks. Although their great-grandfather was a dark-skinned man. And that's what the Creoles did. They wanted to stay above it because they felt it was a superior position. So they only married other people like them, so their kids would have a better chance. They're doing it for their children. So anyway, melanin theorists, what else? Theorists assert the possession of greater quantities of melanin gives black people inherent superiority. Conversely, its lack demonstrates alleged inhumanity and inferiority of white people. See, a racist wrote this. A real person for Wikipedia would not have structured it like that. A racist pseudo-scientific theory. I noticed that they also changed the pineal gland over the years. Somebody went in there and fucked that up. Go look at when it talks about pineal gland. No mention of calcification. I look at these people on YouTube talking about, open your pineal gland. It's the seat of the soul. Hancock, one guy's name is Hancock. He's talking to a room full of Caucasian folks, and every last person in that room has a calcified pineal gland. How can you open a calcified pineal gland? So a lot of bullshit surrounds this melanin and pineal gland. You've got to listen to actual scientists who try to remain neutral. Wikipedia is supposed to be a neutral source of information. It no longer is, especially when you have something like Mellon theories of racist, pseudo-scientific. That's exactly what the racists say. Pseudo-scientific, of black supremacy. So where do we find good information now? That's the problem now. They go on to list some of the authors of who wrote about melanin. Carol Barnes' book, Melanin, The Key to Black Greatness. Leonard Jeffries. And of course, they got to defame the author also. They said Leonard Jeffries was dismissed in 1992 from his post as chairman of the City College of New York's Black Studies Department for having allegedly made anti-Semitic statements. So they're using that. He said something about Jewish folks. There's an argument within the community of people that worship that religion about black Jews. They found a tribe way down in Africa, the Lima tribe, that possessed the Cohen gene. And there's arguments about, they believe that some Jewish priests ran down there and married into the whole thing. And they're not one of the lost tribes. More of that racist stuff. So I'm a little irritated. I was hoping I could find some decent information. And I don't remember the correct spelling of full melon, so I just guessed at it. And someone's probably going to call me out on that one. Yeah, I tried. I used to know the spelling. I think it was PHEU, melanin, faux melanin. But I just couldn't recall properly or not. It sucks. This whole racist stuff sucks. These rhesus monkey racist fucks, they gotta go. They gotta go. So we can all just become people. One branch of humanity, just one tree, one people. It just gets on my last nerve when I see shit like this, fellas. All right, let me get out of here. It's Mother's Day. Got to make that trip over to Mine's house. Peace.